Hello guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video I'm going to be taking this 2022 Honda Insight on a POV test drive. This one is the EX. There are going to be two trims for the 2022. There is the EX trim and the Touring trim. But let's go ahead and take this EX on a POV test drive and see how it does. Alright, so this is the 2022 Honda Insight EX. Let's go ahead and take it on a test drive and see how it does. Every time I drive an Insight, it actually impresses me because the Insight drives very, very good. But let's go ahead and take it on a test drive and see how it does. Actually, before we do, the backup camera is nice and wide. There's 3 views that you could choose from, and it does have rear cross traffic. And let me go ahead and reset the trip computer on this Insight before we move. I want to see how many MPGs I get from this Insight on this test drive. I'm not going to be driving it very slow, and I'm not going to be driving it very, very fast. Alright, so driving this 2022 Honda Insight, it drives nice and smooth, and as I said, every time I drive an Insight, it shocks me because the Insight is very, very good. Honda did a great job with the Insight. It's nice and quiet, cabin is very isolated from the outside, and overall it's just such a beautiful car and very nice in every way. Nice and spacious, a ton of leg room, trunk is massive, and the design from the inside and outside is very, very good. It does have an 8-inch screen, and as I said, does have 2 trims for the 2022. It does have the EX and the Touring, and you do get a lot of things in this EX trim. For $26,000 you definitely get a ton of nice features. Of course, when you hit the gas hard, the engine turn on to assist the electric motor. So at first the engine is off, and then it turns on when you push the gas pedal very hard to basically give you the power that you need. Very nice and quiet in this cabin. Brakes feel nice and solid. And wow, such a beautiful, comfortable sedan. Doesn't look like a hybrid, which I really, really like. System is nice and responsive. Does have hard binds on the left, a volume knob, but there is no tune knob. Climate controls are very, very easy to use. Does have fan speed on the right and the temperature on the left. Here is the shifter that will control the eCVT transmission. I'll talk about the engine and the transmission when I hop on the highway. Well, let's go ahead and put it in sport. The steering wheel becomes very heavy, and it's very easy to tell the difference in the steering when you change it from eco to normal to sport. And the pedals are going to be for regenerative braking. Definitely nice and responsive, and very good engine. But it gets up to speed very quick. Road noise is okay. amount on the highway at higher speeds, but driving in the city, this thing is very, very quiet. Let's go ahead and put it in eco mode. Everything becomes nice and basically quiet, and the gas pedal becomes basically lazy. And such a beautiful, comfortable sedan. Good amount of wind noise from this area right here, and this inside has all the nice safety features. Basically has Honda sensing. Let's go ahead and turn on the steering assist, adaptive cruise control, and the car is driving by itself now. So very comfortable sedan, and seriously, Honda did such a great job with this inside. This is going to be wrapped in leather. Love the stitching, and it does give you a warning every about 8 to 10 seconds telling you have to touch the steering wheel, so the car knows that you are behind, you're paying attention basically. Very, very comfortable sedan. But anyways, under the hood, they're going to be a 1.5 naturally aspirated 4-cylinder engine that is connected to an electric motor. And this electric motor and the engine combined, they produce 151 horses and 197 pound-feet of torque. And the fuel economy numbers on this engine: 55 in the city, 49 highway, and 52 combined. Very, very good numbers. And since this is a hybrid, of course, it's going to be doing a little bit better in the city when it comes to MPGs. Such a beautiful car, and suspension setup is very good, very comfortable, and beautiful interior. And it's very smooth. Brakes feel nice and solid. And I'm not exactly sure what happened there, but those two cars right there just ran a red light. But seriously, guys, this thing is beautiful, nice and responsive. It feels very nice and light, and yeah, such a beautiful sedan for $26,000. You're getting fuel, great fuel economy numbers, the very good amount of high tech like Honda sensing, and good amount of basically safety features. So definitely Honda did such a great job with the inside. The suspension is nice and soft, but handling, like taking sharp corners and going back roads, this suspension is very good. And another thing about this car that helps the suspension to be nice and comfortable is those tires and the rim, the size, or the tire size. It does have 215 by 55 16, so there is a ton of rubber, and for that it makes this inside more comfortable. It does have the brake hold e-brake. Here is the eCVT transmission. It does have two USBs, 112 volt. It does have two cup holders and a cup holder in the bottom. Definitely responsive, and I forgot to mention, but it does have blind spot monitoring system. So I did do a full review of this 22 Insight. So if you guys are interested in seeing a full review of basically the outside, the inside, and going over the features this Insight has, make sure to check out that video. It should be posted before this one. And it does have basically a diagram right here showing what's working and what's not working. Basically the engine is on, it did cut off, so the engine just turned off, and basically the electric motor is only being used now. So it does keep going back and forth between the engine, the electric motor. So when the batteries are charged, the electric motor works by itself. When the electric motor needs more, basically more charge, it turns on the engine to recharge the electric motor. And it does have regenerative braking, so it does basically charges the battery, and you can control the regen braking from the paddle shifters. So basically the car slows down a little bit faster. Nice and planted, but the 2022 Honda Civic handles much better than this Insight. But wow, such a beautiful sedan. Comfortable, gets great fuel economy numbers, and it is at 41.3 mpgs now, and the range is at almost 460. This thing is nice and quick from a dead start, from a dead stop. So nice and responsive. Again guys, Honda did such a great job with this Insight. Handles good, gets great fuel economy numbers. The price is good, 26,000, 55 mpgs in the city. The car feels nice and light, and yeah, definitely a ton of features. It does have CarPlay and Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, rear cross traffic. It does have a 3-mode camera. Basically the backup camera has 3 modes. And yeah, seriously, such a beautiful, responsive car. So EV mode is currently on. It won't turn on if the engine is cold, or if it's really cold outside. The batteries have to charge for you to be able to turn on the EV mode. Beautiful, beautiful car. And again guys, design looks good, and everything is beautiful about this Insight. As I said, the steering wheel gets nice and heavy in sport, and in comfort mode or normal mode it's not as responsive, but in sport it does get nice and responsive. Seriously guys, I'm very, very impressed with this Honda Insight. Such a beautiful car, nice and comfortable. For 26,000 you are getting a ton of things. But I hope you guys enjoyed this POV test drive of this 2022 Honda Insight. I would like to thank Xavier and Executive Honda here in Wallingford, Connecticut for providing me this Insight. If you guys are interested and if you guys are around, make sure to come check them out. I'm gonna go ahead and put the information and link in the bottom of this video. And if you guys would like to see more videos like this, please subscribe, and as always, I'll see you next time.